Alright, so if you log into your dashboard, you go to pages, then you click on add new page, or you can come to new page. So you can use the two options. You either come to new page or you go to pages, add new page, add page. So I will click add page. Now most of the company websites you are seeing, they design them this way. You can use Elementor, as I said in our previous class. We have some other page builders, but then today we'll be learning how to use Elementor. So I'll give it a title. Let's say I'm creating about us page. Then after giving it a title, I love giving it a title before I click on edit with Elementor. Though later on you can go ahead to change it. When you get to Elementor, you can edit it, change it from whatsoever it is. But if you fail to give it a title, to give it a random name, to give it something like Elementor hash, something random that you won't even like. So you can give it a name, about us, our services. It depends on the kind of website you are developing or you are working on. So alright, now it has loaded. Then if you see it now, we have our title, we have our menu, we have that plugin here, we have about us, etc. Then this section we have recent posts. But in case I don't need all these on my page, I will go to page setting. This is page setting here. Here we have our add element, here we have our site title, here we have structure. So I will explain what they are for. Majorly, this is what you use to preview what it will look like on desktop, that is on your PC. This one you use it to check or see what it looks like on tablet. Then here you see what it looks like on mobile device, like our Android phone, small devices. So you can see the menu now has become the menu has collapsed. That is, it assumes we are using mobile device. Then this one is on tablet, so you can also see it here on tablet. Then this is on desktop, so you can see the menu now has appeared. Now I will go to settings. I want to ensure that I clear everything on this page now. Before I start my work, I will go to settings, and I will scroll down to page layout. Under page layout, if I choose canvas, everything on the page will disappear. I will have a clear page, meaning I have a canvas to work on, to do anything I want to do. Okay, now you can see everything now is cleared. Then you can, let me go back to page settings. In case you want to change the name, you do it under page settings. You see the title. Then you can add a featured image, meaning it will appear up here above your page. Then we have order. Then if I want to change it back, I can still go to maybe element of width. It means it will maintain the header, but every other thing under will disappear. Now the basic thing you should know is, one, when you are designing a page, you need picture, you need text, you need maybe video, or you need write-up and all that. Now let's see how we can play around it, and we can bring in our picture. If you want to bring any picture to the page, let's see how we can achieve it. So majorly now, I will mimic a website. Maybe I should just check a website to work with to see how it is designed. I'll be designing this website. Okay, let's see how we can achieve this. See what this website is. Something, though this is a product, this e-commerce here. Okay, let's just come up with something like this. I'll just use any random picture. Okay, so let me go to Elementor. So remember, we are achieving this. So if you check it now, this one is picture, this one here is picture, this one here is write-up, and this one is just like a tagline, our story. Then if you check this color here, this is a different color. Then the settings goes like that. Then if you check this picture, it enters from beginning to the end, and this one is from here to here. Okay, let's go. Number one, they have menu up here. Okay, I can say okay, anything you are bringing in, you go to add elements. You want to bring in picture, you want to bring in anything, you want to add elements. I'll go to add elements. Now we have something we call container. Container will help us to arrange our website. A container may house this menu, another container will house this section, another container will house this section, another container will house this section, like that, like you are dividing your project into bits. Now we'll come here. The first thing we have there is a picture. Let me just bring in the picture. You can click on this plus flex box. Now if you see this arrangement, meaning if I'm bringing elements inside this box now, the direction will be down. That is, one will be up, another one will be down, another one will be down. If you are bringing like 3 pictures now, so it means the pictures will be arranged vertically. One will be up, another will be falling down, they will be going down like that, and this one will be going to the right. But for the purpose of this class now, we check the element. We have this up, we have this down. So I can come back here to pick this, meaning I can use this. So when I use this now, then the next thing I want to check is this thing starts from here and it ends here. That is, it enters the edges. So I can come back here, select the container. Now I can view my structure. This is where structure comes in. Anything you bring in, you will see it there. Now this container, this first container up, this is it. This one down here, this is it here. So what I'm working with now is this second container, that is the one I just brought in. I can delete. Let me delete the first container. I click, right click, scroll down to delete, or you come here, right click, go down, delete. Okay, so I have this first container now. So what I will do now is, I want this image here. I want to set the image as background of the container so that I can place text on it. Background of the container. So I will click the container. I can go to style. Anything you want to do that has color, background, and all that, you go to style. You go to style, background type, classic. You use classic when you want to deal with static contents like pictures, just normal pictures. It's not animating, it's not displaying, it's not slideshow. Then, or plain color, it is not gradient, just normal plain color. So I can choose, for example, if I come here, I will choose color. If I choose color now, it will change to red. Any color I choose, you have it changed. You can change the color here. Then here now you can drag it so transparent. You don't want it to be too deep, you drag it here to make it deep. But if you don't need that one, you can just leave it, and if you want blue, you drag it to blue. Then you choose the type of blue you want. If you want yellow, you take it to yellow, choose the type of yellow you want, just like that. But now we are not using color, we are using image. So I will click on choose image. Okay, let me just use this image I already have here. Then I will select. Now if you check the image now, the container is too small. It's not. If you check this, the container is large. So I can come here now to increase the height of the container. Just make sure you are selecting the container either here, or you click on these 6 dots up here. Then you do it under layout. Now any element you bring in will always have properties by the left, where you can do your settings, height, and all that. Now this container, now if you check it, it starts from here, it ends here. So I will come here now and say under my layout, that is, how do I want it to be seen? I'll say content weight, that is the length, the weight. I'll say full, that is full the whole, that is start from here, end here. If you check this now, it's not full, that is, it's not starting from here, but it's starting from this side, it's ending here, not from here to here. Okay, now full width, good. Now the height, I can increase the height. Let me increase the height, something like this. So you can see my height, I increased it, right? Now what if you increase it, it's okay on phone, on desktop, sorry, but it's not okay on tab. Let's check it on tab. This is what it will be on tab. Then on phone, this is how you will have it. Now in case you don't like it the way it appears on phone, you can adjust it on phone. You get it? You can adjust it on phone. Then this one is for desktop, this one is for tab. Just as you are designing, make sure you are checking phone, desktop, tab, so you can have a nice design. So it won't be okay on desktop, and when you check it on phone, it will not be okay to scatter. Okay, now this is my height. I've increased it. You increase to any length you want, and that's it there. Okay, so you can also come to style. Maybe you don't want it to, you don't like the way it appears, you want the images, maybe you want the people by the right hand side to show where. You can come to position and say center right. Look at it. These are the pictures. These are this is the right hand side of the image. Or you can say center left, or you can say center. That is, you want it to be exact middle, center. All right. So I will go now to, I've set this. Then the next thing now is I want to write text on it, material spot, or anything you want to write. So you go back to element. Always remember, I said you will do everything on the element. I will go to element. Remember, this is a container. So I need what? Something like material spot. If you check it now, it's like heading, very deep, very big, very bold. So I will go back here and choose heading. I will drag it inside this container. So when you drag it, you can see it up here. I can change the text in this property. Remember, everything you are doing is by the left. So let me just say welcome to our class, or let's say our training. Let's say welcome to our training. Welcome to our training. Now you see where it is positioned up here, but I want it to be at the center. So I will go to style, see the center, but then we want it to come down. So I will click on the container, meaning inside this container I want it to go to the center. I'll click the container, I will scroll down. sorry, let's see how we can achieve that. Under layout now, I will say center. Then I'll bring this one to center. That is, you say justify content center, align item center. That's under layout. Under layout now, you say, you go to layout, then you say justify center, align center. Now it comes to the middle. Number one, it's not yet thick, and number two, it's not yet, the color is still blue, so we want to change the color to white. You go to style. Under style, remember, that's where you check, you change the color, you change the handwriting and everything under style, just like Microsoft Word. Now this color here, now I will click on this text. Now remember, this container is chosen, so if I change the color now, it will affect the container, but I want to effect the change on this heading. So I will select the heading and change the color. You see it under a text color. I will change it to I think they use white. I don't know if white will be okay on this picture. Let's see the color that will be okay. Let me try black. To use black, just drag it down. Okay, I think black is okay. White is okay too. Let's try white first. Okay, we've done that, but then the handwriting is not yet big, so I can go to style, then typography. Under typography, I will increase the size. Okay, let's leave this side this way. Then under width, I can change it to 900 black. Then you can change the handwriting. Let me see if we have any thick handwriting there. You can just change the handwriting to whatsoever you want, or anyhow you want it. Let's see. Okay, I think let's leave it this way. So you can change the handwriting to whatsoever you want. So whatever you want, you can go with. Alright, so Transform means you want to change it to lowercase, you want to change it to uppercase, you want to change it to whatever case. Decoration has to do with bold, underline, overline, that is you want to put line under, lines through, and others. So default will bring it back. The line height means if you write plenty words now, okay, let's say, let me increase it so that you understand line height now. Line height has to do with the distance between this first line and the second line. So when I increase it, you see the distance. When I reduce this, you see the distance. You can see. But now let me take it back to just one line, or let's even use 2 lines. Then we have letter spacing. That's the distance between the letters. The distance between the letters. See, the word spacing, the distance between the words. All right. Let me reduce the line spacing a little. Okay. Now the next thing we want to achieve now is coming up with a tasty that will convince you to try more and more. Okay, so the next thing, we go back to our element. Remember, this time around we may not want to use heading, though you can use heading and reduce the size, but I would just like to use text editor, where I can just type like normal text, drag it. Now when you are dragging it, make sure you touch it to have this thick line under. If I have it here, it means I'm placing it above. If I have it by the right, it means I'm placing it by the left, and by the left, it means you are placing it by the left. Now if I release it now, it will be above, but it is under. So make sure you just play around it till you have the purple line under. When I release it, now I can just say learning to be a better person. I just leave it this way. Learning to be a better person. Now let's change the color. This time around, inside text editor, it has its own color. We are using text editor, so I will highlight and change the color here to anything I want. Let me try black. Black is not. Let me try yellow. Okay, let's leave it this way. Then if you check it, it is italicized. So you can see italics. Let me use italics, then let me bold it. It's like just normal Microsoft Word settings. Okay, if you want to increase the size for the text editor, I can just say, instead of paragraph, I can use H2, I can use H3. H1 is the biggest, you can see it here, H2, like that. Now let's assume we've achieved this. It's as simple as that. You can play around it till you have a perfect design. Now let's go to the next section. Here we have our story. Of course, you know this is heading. This one is just like line, but we call it divider. This one too is like our text editor. This one is image. But this time around now, if you check this, we have 2 sections. 1, 2. Okay, so it means I will come down, click on my plus flex box, choose these 2 structures. This one means this one is small, this one is large, this one 4 places, but this one now we are using just 2 structures. So I will click on the 2. Sorry, in case you see this, it will always disturb you. Just leave it. I think when I reload it, it will not appear again. Okay, don't worry about that. Let me just hide it this way. Let's manage the screen. Now everything I'm importing, you see they are appearing here. You can just navigate. When you click here, it will jump to the thing. When I click here, it will jump. Okay, now I have this now, but this time around I will not say I will not tell it to be full width. That is, I will not come here now to change it to this, because what we have here now is just from here to here, not from here to here. So when it is from here to here, that's when you will come here and choose full width. But when it is just from here to here, you will just need to just leave it as boxed. Okay, now let's check the box. We have our story, we have welcome to this and that. Okay, now let me bring in our story inside this box. Now the left box, come back here, add elements, add heading. I will drag it in the box. Let me change it to our story. Now you can play around it the way I did. Just go to your style, come to your typography, increase the font size. come here now, wait, you can put it, let me see, okay, I think it's too big, so you can play around it till you have a perfect design based on your need. Then the line, I'll go back to my elements. I need line, let me type line. If you type line, it will bring divider, or you just type divider straight. So I can drag my divider under it. Now see the divider, but you see it's not like this. Okay, under which, that's the length. You can adjust the length. Now the thickness, you can achieve it under style. The width, that is the thickness. You can increase the thickness. Then this one is yellow color, so you can change the color. I think okay, I think network was disturbing, but if you see, is somehow the distance is somehow far. But let's change the color first. Let me use, in my own case, let me use red. I think okay. Now the distance, you have the distance the way we did the other time. I'll click on the container holding two of them. This is the container. See this container, you see two of them now are under this container. So when I click now, I can now adjust under what's it called, let me see, okay, under gap, I can reduce the gap between them. Let's see, I can just change it to 1 or 2 if you like. I change it to 2 to increase it, but let me use just 1. So let me see, now I have used 1 and the distance has reduced. Then the next one, we want to have this plenty right up. Let me just copy the plenty right up, you know, there's no time to type. Now copy the plenty right up, copy, then I will come to text editor. This is text editor, so I would hold it and drag it under this line. Make sure it is under, it is going above now. Let me yeah, so just play around the box till you have it under. Now it is under, I can highlight it, paste that right up. This is our right up now. Okay, you can see the right up here. Then let me reduce the font size so that it will let me see typography. Let's see if it allows us to reduce the font style. Okay, let's reduce it a little. Okay, I think it's too small. Let me increase it. Okay, I think it's okay. Now the next one here, we have this image and we have some right up under. Okay, let me just bring any image here. I will just come here. This, now we are inside this container now. This container here. So I'll go back here. What I need now is image. Let me look for image. Then I will drag image here. When you drag it here, what do you do now? You change the image. Just click to change. You click. Let me close it and show you. You click choose image, or just click here to change the image. Let me use this hand. So select. You click and you come here and say select. Now I have image. Now under the image, now I have something like art. So let me just highlight it and copy it. Copy. Come back. You add your element again. What are we adding now? We are still adding text editor. Drag it under. Then I can paste my right up. Now if you check it, the color here is quite different, not white, not, you know. So I can come back here and choose the container now holding both this and this. That is, we have a container now, 1, 2, these two containers. This one is holding these two, this one is holding this. So I will click on this container now holding two of them and change the color. Of course, you change your color under style. Color, you change under style. Then background type, this time around we are not using image, but we are using color. So I can drag it a little. It's not black, I think it's something like something. We may not use the exact color, but you may want to use, let's just use black. I think the color is showing well. Okay, let's preview it. To preview, you preview from there where you have this eye. You click preview. Preview means you want to see what it looks like when you finally launch it. Alright, so our design, see the header, and when you scroll down, see our body. You see it's somehow close to this. Don't worry about the background, it's just the background is different. Okay, so you can see, let's check again. See this, our write up is actually long because we have welcome to our training where this one is just very short. Okay, now let's say we've achieved that. We can go to the next one. The next one now is what again? We have, okay, this line here. We have another one here. Okay, I can come here. You can use two concepts now. You can either add a line, increase the length, increase the thickness, or you may want to just add a container, just an empty container. Just add any container, empty one. Then you can reduce the height to something like this. Then what do you think we will do now? I will say, let me see if it is full width. Okay, you see it's from here to this place. So it's from the first corner to the end there. So it means I will say content width full width. That is from the beginning to the end. Okay, then I'll go to my style and change the background color. Let me change it to red like this. Let's preview it. Let's see what we have. Okay, alright, so you can see the red under there. Let's continue. Now we've achieved that. The next thing, we have image here. We have now we have 3 containers. So I can come here back to my design and click this plus, click here. So this time around we have 3, but I seem not to be seeing the 3 that is perfect here. So I can just use let me use 1. Now when you use 1, inside the 1 now, I will now right click on, this is the one I just added. I will right click on the container and say add new container, or here or inside this container I just added, right click, add new container, right click, add new container, right click, add new container. Now if you check now, you see the way they arrange it, 1 2 3. But if you check the way this one is arranged, it is 1 2 3. So what will I do? I will just come back to my design and click on the main container holding 3 of them. Let me look for it. I think it should be this. Yes, this is holding 3 of them. Then I will now come to direction. Let me click. Okay, look for direction. Direction should be, let me look for the container. And this thing is given, it's blocking it. Okay, alright, see the direction here. It should be, the direction is under layout. So I'll click this roll horizontal, meaning I want it to be 1 2 3, not the way it was before. You click or go to layout, then choose this, but make sure you are selecting the container that houses the other 3 elements. So in the first container now we have an image, then a write-up. Let me copy the write-up. Let me come here and add image. So what do you think we do now? I will come to my elements. When I go to my elements, I will type image. Then I will drag my image inside the box. So now let me select the image. Okay, I have the image here. Then I'll click on text again, add my text under, then I paste. Okay, what do we have? We have heading, then line. The same thing. I'll come back here, add heading, then my heading, I can say, let me look for it, our vision. Okay, so I will say heading, our vision. So you can do the same thing, go to your typography, increase the size, then divider, or you say line, anyone, drag it under. When you drag it under, you go to style, you can change the color maybe to red, The weight you can increase it, the width here too you can reduce it if it is too long. Change the network, it ought to load. Then the space between them, I'll click here and go to gaps. I think we used 2. The other time I will increase it to 2. Okay, still loading. Our vision, let me check. We have our mission. Oh, I think network is delaying it. Okay, that's still loading. Now let me just show you. You can actually, instead of going there to bring our mission, our this again, I can just come here onto this pencil, right click and copy. Then I come to this place, this container here, right click and paste. So instead of going to doing the design over and over again, then this line that has not shown up, let me copy it too. So when it shows, it will come there. I'll paste so you can see there. Then I will now click on this now, either this pencil or you just click it, then come here to change it to mission. So we have our mission. I think that mission is not correct there. Mission should be double S. So I think that mission there is not correct. Okay. So the next thing is the right up under, and the right up under is what's that? The right up under is this. Okay, I've not done for this. I will just copy it. Click on add text. Put it under the line. Make sure it is under the line. Paste. Make sure the color is correct. Oh, sorry, the line, the color was white, so it was not showing. Let me use red. Then the line should be red, not sorry. I gave it white color on white background. Okay, so now we have it. So the distance too, you select this container housing them, then the gap is 2. Okay, now we have this. So let me come back here and copy this too. Copy, so you bring it here, text editor, under, play around it till it gets to the right place. Don't think that's the right place. Let me try again. Yeah, should be under it. So don't mind this thing. When I publish and reload, it will disappear. Or you can just copy this. Since you have this, just copy. Sorry, I'm not duplicating. Just right click here, copy, come here, paste. So I have it pasted. Let me replace it. Oh, just copy it. Let me right click, copy. Okay, now we have it. Now we've been able to achieve this. But remember, the color too is the same thing as that. So you can come here, select the container, housing all of them, go to your color, come to base background type. This time around we're using normal color. I think we use black also. So you can see, you can launch it. Let me check again. Then under it again, we have pick your spice. To do pick your spice, you use the same concept as this, but this time around you write something inside the container. So I can come here, add my elements. With my elements, I will add my heading. Hold my heading here. Alignment center. Then I'll come back to content and say pick. Let me just say pick your mind. Just see something like this. So you can do your color anyhow you want it. Color should be under here, text color. Let me use this. I'll change the container color to red, meaning I will have to click on the container, this container, click this 36 dots. I think it's full width because it starts from the beginning to the end. Then go to your background type. I think we are using red. Now you can see we have done this, so don't worry about this. These ones, they are products, so I use e-commerce, so don't worry about this. Though you can just arrange pictures instead of using e-commerce. The same way you have this picture, you can have this picture here, picture here, picture here. Okay, then this one down here is map. So I will just come here. I can actually add another container and go to full width, meaning I want it to be from beginning to the end. If you check inside that container, we have map. I will just say map, Google Maps. I will drag it inside the container. Then here you specify your location. So if you're in Ikeja, you can say Ikeja, Lagos, Nigeria. And if you have a location where you have normal address, maybe number so plaza, you can specify. Now let's preview it. I'll publish it now. Publish means you have saved it. If you don't publish, then you see something like your page is live here. You can say have a look to go and check the page. So this time around now you may not even need to preview again. And if you preview, let's see what we have. See what we have now. You see? So we've been able to design this page at least. So now what you do for me is you design your own. If you watch this video, just try to come up with your own. You need to take your time to come up with your own design. Alright, thank you and take care.